ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and members of the Cha-Cha Nation. Welcome to another episode of the Cha-Cha Let's Talk Music Series with yours truly, Hafeestonova, aka your musical plug, creator of the Energy Force. I know I get to do it here now. I get to have different guests and we talk about everything and anything that is music related. And without wasting much of your time, let me allow my guests to introduce ourselves.
Hi everyone. Okay, I told you before, I may not be able to keep up with your energy, but we'll just do this.
I'll transfer some energy to you.
Okay, good. My name is Adetayo, fellow podcaster. Yeah, host of the Best of All Worlds podcast. But this is a collaboration. I'm actually a guest.
She's not a guest, though. She's my friend. So she's a Cha-Cha gang.
Okay, yeah. I've been inducted into the gang.
Yeah. Welcome to the nation.
All right. Thank you for having me.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, so today I want us to have a conversation around awards in Nigeria, especially music award. I mean, the last Headies, for example, caused a lot of issues. People were talking and all that. But before we get into the Headies and all that, let me ask you this: what do you feel about the awarding system in Nigeria generally?
Well, I think award system in Nigeria, so far has not been so
glamorous or worthy.
I wouldn't say glamorous,
Okay.
because if you say glamorous, then you're also taking away the technical aspect and the financial aspect.
Okay.
Glamorous is what the audience in the house sees.
Okay.
Yeah, the red carpet and the dress up and makeup and who looks good, who's wearing what. That's just basically like a 10 or 20% of what makes up an awards event. So basically what a lot of people do not know is it takes a lot to create an award show, especially in Nigeria. One, for the fact that the creative system has not enjoyed a lot of backing or sponsorship from the government, so we cannot compare our own output to what an award in Europe or America would look like. So as much as organizers try to put together an award show, people need to understand that a lot of things have gone on in the background. They've had to source for sponsorship, they've had to source for collaborators, they've had to reach out to vendors to get like the barest minimum cost of everything they will be using, from the set design to the venue to the sound to the visuals to the security, because some of these things need to be put in place. So it goes beyond what we see on the TV. Yeah, and another thing is a lot of people just, okay, it's an award, well, they just give out plaques to the winners, and but we also need to understand that there's a lot of processes that goes into actually deciding who gets what.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think you were asking me that question earlier about
the process.
Yeah, the process that is put in place before they can say, oh, who is getting this award or who deserves to be in this category. Okay. First, for most awards, let's come to Nigeria now.
Definitely.
For most awards, even though the template is not that different,
Okay.
because for whatever we do here, we can't take away the fact that we try to imitate what we have in the outside world, which is not a bad thing. So for most awards that I know, and the normal process is there's a process for submission of entries, just like we have in Nollywood and film industry. So there's a process. They ask you to submit your songs. So if you're an artist, you're a producer, you're a manager, or basically a great fan. So what the organizers have is have a website where people can go and submit songs, and they tell you the songs must have been from a period of
So
6
time.
months or 1 year. And there are times where we also have physical submission.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was like back in the days where you go submit your CD and all of those.
Yeah, that's
But
definitely back in the days.
yeah, but what they do now is just create a portal where people can submit, oh, I want this song to actually be nominated for this category, or this, or you feel you have an artist that you're managing, or as a record label you feel your artist, supposed to participate,
yeah.
okay, in an award, so you submit the song. And for that period, the organizers, set up committee that set up like an academy of professionals in the industry will come together to vet. And for award show, you want credibility, you want to actually give the person who you think deserves the plaque or the recognition. So they go through all the submission and actually say, okay, we think this should be here, this person deserves to be here, or this person has done great, I think this song is topping the charts, and all of those. So those are some of the criteria they look at before they finally come to like a list of nominees for different categories.
One thing I always look at when an award list come out is I look at the category. Me, I'm not always particular about who's going to win. I'm always particular about the nominees. Like, this person there, is it worth it? I mean, for example, let's say you put a Davido and let's say a Kiss Daniel, and you say the richest musician. Definitely you can say Davido is richer. You understand what I'm saying? Based on the whole paparazzi and the whole beautiful thing that we've seen. But then again, when you are now putting like that kind of list, richest musician, then you have a Davido, you have a Kiss Daniel, and there's someone like let's say a D'banj that didn't make that list. Then I begin to wonder, like, is it that D'banj did not submit himself, or it was those people that decided, like, okay, you know what, D'banj is not, it's too big for this level, or I don't understand. Because for me, I always have problems with nomination. I don't have problems with the winners, because at the end of it, I feel like once all of you can be nominated, all of you deserve it. But definitely, fan base might not, allow you to win the award. So I really don't, care much. But the nomination, so that's where I get. So that place, is there like what exactly goes on in that place where you say nomination list, and sometimes you obviously know that this guy or this babe not supposed to be that list.
Okay, for credible awards, let me put it that way. For credible awards, there's a process, because you have an audience, and they're the public. So even if a D'banj in court did not, or his label or his management did not submit, that's part of the job of the academy, or the committee of the professionals. They're supposed to look at those songs that are worthy to be on that list.
Okay.
Based on the craft, the talent of the artist, how good is this artist? Is it topping charts? What the type of collaborations? If it has a huge fan base, those are some of the things they look at. So it's not basically because one artist has huge following, but the song may be crap.
Definitely.
Of course. So for credible awards, like I put it, first is the craft. Is this worthy enough? Yeah. Is it pleasing to the ears? Is it promoting good let me say
good vibes, good message, value and all that?
Yeah. Is it not a song that is to put down a particular tribe or a particular gender or something? So they look at those things. Yeah, that's why we have like the NBC also. They tell you some songs should play on radio, stuff like that. So those are some of the things that also come into play when you consider some songs in a particular category. And also they also look at, is this song topping charts? How many collaborations has this song been able to get? Is this song, appealing to a huge fan base? And I think basically the topping charts, is actually an important aspect. So there are times when you see a song topping charts. Don't be surprised that the song will make it to an award for that year. Yeah, because for a song to have top charts, that means it's good enough.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so now since you've explained all this, I want to put you on the spot a little bit and ask you one question that I know when we're on the streets we talk about a lot. Artists, they buy award. How true is that statement?
I don't think I'm the right person to answer. Because I remember the interview Don Jazzy had with
Ebuka, yeah.
He said people accused him or his label that they pay for awards, which that is not the case. And for awards that I've worked with, that's not also the case. So, there are so many things that go on in the industry that you feel because this person is getting this, then he must know someone, then he must have bribed someone. But, well, it's the Nigerian thing anyway. But I think for credible awards, like I said, I don't think that's applicable. Okay,
now, you've spoken about that Don Jazzy and Ebuka interview. Now, there's something I'm always thinking of. Yes, maybe credible awards, they don't buy the award. But are there times whereby those organizers, those, board or whoever are going to criticize the music can look at, okay, look, if we get this guy as a nominee, fans, from the financial aspect of it now, we make return on tickets. It doesn't really care. I mean, I'm saying this now because let's look at the last Headies award. I'm sure you followed up with the Headies award, whereby Wizkid won Artist of the Year. And in my own opinion, it was not even supposed to be on that list. I mean, let's go back from 2018. We know that it's been between Burna Boy, Davido, and even what's the name, Naira Marley and Mayorkun. Before you can probably say you want to have Wizkid. I mean, we saw what they did. Yeah, Naira Marley might not get it because, like you rightly said, the kind of music they make. But then you have Davido, you have Burna Boy. Then all of a sudden you go and you give Wizkid the award. Then it has the question of, is it because they know Wizkid is going to draw a lot of crowd to watch the award, because this time it was virtual, so there is nobody actually coming for the award. So do those things run in their mind like, okay, if we just put this person here, even if go winner, if fans go won't pay money, come buy tickets?
I hope Wizkid FC they don't come for me.
Yeah, let them come for me. I full ground.
See as Yanni just a sweet for my ear. The Cha-Cha Let's Talk music series with Hafeestonova. Hey God, conversation with the boss brain.
As much as organizers of an award show want to make money,
okay,
and I don't even think award events should be solely for the money aspect. Because I tell you, if you do that, you will fail. Because one, it takes a lot of resources to put an award show together. You have to think about your venue, you have to think about performers. Because let me put this out there, a lot of performers you see on stage on that day, some of them get paid.
Wow.
It's true.
Wow.
Some of them get paid. Why? Because the Nigerian creative system, the music or the entertainment industry, so to say, there isn't so much room for people to, or reach out to other artists. So if I'm going to, as an artist, if I'm coming to perform at your event, irrespective of if it's an award or not, I need to get paid.
Okay.
So let's not forget. So for organizers, also from the financial aspect, to put more prestige on their award, they try to look out for the top artists.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones with a huge fan base. Because, for instance, I'm organizing an award, and I want people to actually take me serious.
Yeah.
I will be looking at to bring to my event. I'll be looking at like an artist like Wizkid, Davido, Tiwa, Tenny, Mini. You get?
Yeah.
So imagine I have a show and I have those set of artists. What do you think people will think about my event?
Most definitely.
Of course. So the prestige goes up, definitely. But don't forget that I need resources to also bring these people on board. Music artists in Nigeria, I won't blame them for charging to perform at an event. It's their craft. That's where they make money. That's their business. So to them, it is business. So as much as organizers try to put together an A-list show, there is a whole lot of energy, there's a whole lot of resources and money that needs to go down. Okay, so if, for instance, like you said, Whiskey going on with Artist of the Year, and you don't think it deserves to be on the list.
Yeah.
Looking at the group of artists in that category, we had Burna Boy, Davido, Whiskey, Mayoko, and Tiwa Savage. Okay. In my own opinion, when you talk about Artist of the Year, that means an all-round person that has done exceedingly well in that year in terms of album, in terms of single, in terms of collaborations, and in terms of topping charts.
Okay.
So, Wizkid had an album, Made in Lagos, right?
Made in Lagos. Did Made in Lagos drop between the year of, the time period that I don't think Made in Lagos dropped.
Oh, within that period.
Yeah, I think it was Soundman Volume 1.
Oh,
the EP dropped towards the end of last year. It was Soundman Volume 1 that dropped.
So,
but let's even pick Whiskey Made in Lagos.
Okay.
Now I'm just talking to you as do you feel like that album is much more better than Burna Boy's African Giants? I mean, that was an album that literally changed the whole African music scene. I mean, we knew what the album did.
Why do you like to consider you know one thing I've learned as a creative.
Yeah.
I do not like to pair artists.
Okay.
You get one artist is good enough in their craft and the other person is also good enough in their craft. So let's leave that to the fans, to the Twitter lords, and the Twitter fights,
the FCs and the
exactly. Let's leave those to them. But when the awards is supposed to recognize and acknowledge your artwork, even though the fans bring the competition, well, that's one of the things that makes it interesting. But as organizers or as stakeholders in the music industry, we shouldn't be out to peg artists together and say, oh, this song was better or this song was good. It is their craft. We should just respect them and appreciate them in their own little capability.
Okay.
Do you get?
I get.
So everyone knew Burna Boy did exceedingly well this year. Exceedingly well, right? Because immediately Burna Boy got nominated in the 2019 Grammys. As in, everything changed.
Definitely.
Everything changed. So his label and managers understood the step to take next because they couldn't just do business as usual. And even after winning the Grammys, it is another ball game entirely. The Burna Boy we're going to have next year, we won't even be able to compare him to what we have this year.
True, definitely.
That's if they get it right.
I actually didn't want to talk about the Grammys, but now that you've mentioned it, let me talk about the Grammys. Now I know it's a huge win for the Nigerian music industry that Burna Boy eventually won the Grammy, and the fact that it was even Burna Boy, and Whiskey. Don't let me forget Whiskey before they come for me this time around. But my question is this: over the years, we've seen people question the credibility of the Grammys. I mean, this last one, even The Weeknd said he's not going to submit his music anymore. I mean, from history and from what I've checked, Akon has never even won a Grammy, and how we all know how well Akon, So now that Burna Boy is winning the Grammy at this time where a lot of people are, quote unquote, shitting on the Grammy, what do you feel like it's it's more of a compliment that he deserves win?
It's the Grammys.
Yeah, of course, it's the Grammys.
Okay. I don't think as much as there will be people who will be, happy about whenever winning Grammys, there will also be people who will feel resented. Yeah. It's a thing with awards.
Okay.
Fans have their favorites.
Yes.
So the issue of favoritism plays in. For The Weeknd, for instance, he hasn't been the only one who would, resent the Grammys. There've been a lot of, especially the black community. They feel Grammys are, sentimental, and they favor the whites in the industry compared to the black. If you come to Africa here too, in our own Nigeria too, some people, like we had between during the time of Moise and the Olamide crew, and also now between Davido's and Olamide. So there is this faction, and it will always play out. The issue of favoritism will always play out. And who do you find complaining most of the time? The fans. Because my artist didn't win this time, then I feel the other artist does not deserve to win. Yeah, so we cannot take that out of the equation. Actually, it's one of the things that makes award interesting. How are you going to stir up conversations? Exactly. So it will always happen. We can't take that away. It will always happen. We'll have people who will jubilate, and we'll have people who would, look, they're trash. Oh, they didn't give the person who deserved it. Oh, they're being passionate. All of those things. But I mean, someone has to win.
So we are almost getting to the end of this conversation. But before you go, I noticed that at the beginning you didn't actually tell my fans what you do. So let them know what you do. This is where you sell yourself to the world. Free adverts now.
Actually, aside being a podcaster, I also do PR and communications.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you have a campaign that you want to promote, or you have a product or service, or if you as an individual want to present yourself as a brand, we can do that for you. Promote you, manage you, and digital marketing, basically.
If I bring the Chacha brand Alpha, hope you are not going to charge me.
I won't charge you much, but when you're coming,
I should call you back. All right, no problem. Let's have a little bit of fun. Tell us something about yourself that most people don't believe.
Okay. Don't believe.
Yeah, like when you see people like, how is that possible?
Okay, I'm training to become a sound engineer.
Wow.
So be on the lookout. Okay,
so are you part of the 6-pack girl, or tall and what's your preference when it comes to guy at a first glance?
For me, speak well.
Speak well.
Yeah. Wear nice shoes.
Okay.
And smell nice.
I'll smell nice.
Then we can start from there.
We can. Oh, okay. Okay. Finally, for my male fans, definitely I ask this every time I have a female guest. So even if I have a male guest, I don't ask the question. So is it single, entanglement, Godwin, or off the market?
Totally off the market. If you don't want trouble, totally off the market.
All right. Thank you very much, Adetayo, for being here. I really, really enjoyed this conversation, and I hope that we can get to do this, some other time.
Okay.
So, if they want to, listen to your podcast, how can they get to listen to your podcast?
On any podcast platform, Spotify, Anchor, Radio Republic. Any podcast platform whatsoever, just type in the Best of Both Worlds podcast.
Best of Both Worlds. That reminds me.
With Adetayo.
Best of Both Worlds. That reminds me of this R. Kelly and Jay-Z's album we did back in the day.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We've come to the end of another interesting episode of the Chacha Let's Talk Music series with Adetayo. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Do not forget that the Chacha Music Review podcast is being sponsored by Absolute Art Media. So I come your way with another episode. My name will always remain Hafeestonova, aka your musical blog, creator of the Energy Force. Peace out.